I think people assume that because I'm a parent, that's why I've taken an interest in the early years. I think this really is bigger than that. This isn't about.
Princess fans, get ready. The shy young child you recall holding her mother's hand at public gatherings has grown into a poised, self-assured young princess who is generating headlines worldwide. Prince William and Kate Middleton's feisty baby princess Charlotte has seen a metamorphosis so sudden that it has left her parents in tears of delight, wonder, and perhaps even disbelief. Charlotte is entering the royal spotlight in a way that nobody anticipated, thanks to her remarkable likeness to Princess Diana and her recently discovered skill which even shocked her closest family members. Even though she's just 9 years old, she's already exhibiting emotional depth and calm strength that are well beyond her years, channeling the grace of her late grandmother while blazing her trail in the Windsor dynasty. According to palace insiders, this change wasn't made overnight. Behind closed doors, something happened, a milestone, an emotional moment, or a turning point that made Kate and William realize their little girl was no longer so small. The world is now observing. What specifically led to this astounding change? Is Charlotte getting ready for a more prominent position sooner than she thought, or is the royal family involved in something more profound? Stay tuned and watch till the end, because what's unfolding behind palace walls might just be the most touching royal story we've seen in years, a royal with a heart to serve. Kate's true mission: I come with the sole purpose of frantically attempting to assist those in need. Kate Middleton's remarks are a mission, not merely a catchphrase. From mental health activism to early childhood projects, the Princess of Wales has dedicated her life to uplifting others. She also sees a spark of that same enthusiasm rising stronger every day when she looks at her daughter, Princess Charlotte. For Kate, witnessing Charlotte's growth is not just sentimental, it is also quite intimate. Parents crying as their children grow up in front of them is a common occurrence. Indeed, royal parents are no exception. Moments of Charlotte's development were particularly painful for Prince William and Kate. Every significant event, from her first self-assured wave to royal event audiences to her perceptive inquiries about duty and service, has moved the Duke and Duchess to tears. However, there was one particular instance that took them by surprise. At the Chelsea Flower Show, it took place in silence, yet it had a profound impact. Princess Charlotte was observed interacting with visitors, asking questions, and blending in with the surroundings with such ease, it seemed as though something had changed in the young king, as observers noticed a new elegance and confidence. One insider at the palace disclosed, "She's stepping into her own." William and Kate were clearly emotional. Realizing that Charlotte was no longer a little child was more than just a proud parent moment. She was developing into a youthful leader. Prince William and Princess Charlotte share a unique closeness that is inexpressible. Their bond is strong and unadulterated, whether it is on the sidelines of athletic events or in the silent moments behind palace gates. Status isn't important, duty isn't the issue. Simply said, it's about love. And there's one adorable detail that says it all. She is known to William as mignonette, a delicate French term that means little, sweet, and delicate. Is there anything more ideal? It's a nickname that perfectly expresses Charlotte's poise and her father's intense love for her. According to family friends, the term is used affectionately at home, frequently muttered in private or smiled at after a humorous remark. Charlotte's passion for dance is more than simply a pastime from her youth. It's a real link between her and her late grandmother, Princess Diana. In private, William has stated that he is reminded of his mother's happiness on the dance floor as he watches Charlotte spin around the palace. He once remarked to a buddy, "It's like having a piece of her still with us." William finds solace in witnessing his daughter continue Diana's legacy, and this passion is more than just enjoyable for him. Yes, Charlotte and William attended a Taylor Swift show at Wembley and danced as if no one else was around, and no, it was genuine happiness rather than a contrived scene. They are also known to appreciate the Royal Opera House, and Charlotte has expressed interest in a variety of sports, including rugby and ballet. They remain close because they both like sports and the arts. This father-daughter team shines in those moments spent together, those moments that are taken away from their duties. It's a change in presence. Maturity and purpose that goes beyond simply maturing. Charlotte is more than just the cute royal kid. She's becoming a confident little lady with a voice, a passion for service, and the grace of a future leader. Realizing that fact also impacted Kate and William harder than they had anticipated. There was no school run or visit to the neighborhood park, so it wasn't your typical father-daughter adventure. It was the Commonwealth Games in 2022. How did Charlotte and William get there? Via helicopter. It resembled something from a story about a royal trip. Wide-eyed and self-assured, Charlotte exited the helicopter as if she had been born for this, because, well, she was. Ever the devoted father, William stayed close by and helped her navigate the excitement of the occasion. But what was most notable, outside the opulent transportation and the publicity, was their chemistry. It's effortless. The courtside laughter they exchanged, the small comforting looks. Charlotte nailed her first royal engagement with her parents on her own. This was more than simply a photo opportunity. It was a significant turning point in her royal career and evidence that William is doing something right. The tiaras, rituals, and public appearances can easily captivate one unexpectedly. However, some of the most endearing William-Charlotte interactions occur. Do you recall the widely shared video of William softly bending down to style Charlotte's hair at a public appearance? It wasn't practiced, royal procedure wasn't followed. It was simply a father being a father, gentle, natural, and exquisitely human. The public is reminded that this family is real at these times. They chuckle, they become anxious when the wind has different ideas, they fix each other's hair. Body language specialists and royal watchers have noted that although William is protective of all of his children, there is something particularly delicate about his relationship with Charlotte. Jenny Bond, a royal analyst, even acknowledged that William might have a soft spot for Charlotte, his mini-me, because of her competitive nature and mischievous sense of humor. William is sensitive to her feelings, whether he's helping her navigate formal situations or giving her a quick shoulder rub when she appears overwhelmed. Charlotte impulsively grabbed King Charles's hand during the inaugural Trooping the Color, and he not only gave it to her but also drew her in. Cameras swung, people watched. They were in their universe for that 1 second, though only a father and daughter. Kate, the queen of balance. Kate Middleton is the one who has figured out the modern royal parenting formula. She is raising a young girl in a pressure cooker of custom, media attention, and public scrutiny. She is not merely raising a princess, and she manages to do it with grace, friendliness, and relatability. Kate has consistently stated that her children are her top priority. Her maternal instincts are evident whether she's squatting on the sidelines of a soccer game or glamming up at a diplomatic event. One particularly poignant instance occurred during Wimbledon 2023. Charlotte, who was going to the competition for the first time, was a little uncertain, perhaps anxious. There was a lot of energy, the crowd and the cameras. However, Charlotte quickly calmed when Kate leaned in, stroked her daughter's hair aside, and muttered something nice. Millions of mothers worldwide immediately recognized the type of maternal gesture. Let's not minimize it. Kate is a genius at alternating between being a royal icon and a regular mother. One day she's at a state banquet wearing Alexander McQueen, and the next she's doing the school run in jeans and trainers, or she's at Sainsbury's in Norfolk looking at Halloween costumes. She gives the appearance of effortlessness, even if we all know it's not, and that's what gives her strength. Charlotte is being shaped into more than simply a princess by Kate. She is assisting her in developing into a kind, considerate, and grounded person, even though she was born into a castle. A youngster who comprehends the world does not revolve around her. Insiders claim that Kate and William are hands-on parents. Behind the scenes, their kids have tasks to complete. It is required of them to be courteous like any other child. They have screen time limits. They have garden sleepouts at Anmer Hall, walk their dog, create cakes, and even climb trees. Kate is aware of what the press desires, but her children's needs are her top priority. Boundaries are required. Nature is meant by that. When the royal machine says yes, that implies no. The children know they are royal. An insider from Kensington Palace once told the Times, "They don't act royal though because of Kate." And the point is precisely that this is more than simply a royal soundbite for the cameras. According to Catherine, Princess of Wales, it serves as her compass. After 8 years in one of the most scrutinized public positions on the planet, Kate Middleton still finds time for the most routine motherly tasks, such as driving her Range Rover to school, supporting her team during soccer games, and sneaking into school Christmas fairs with hardly a word to the media. It's not for show either. Anyone who knows the Wales family would tell you that Kate is adamant about maintaining a feeling of normalcy. She plans her royal responsibilities around her kids' schedules, not the other way around. Kate is quietly carrying on Princess Diana's heritage of grounded parenting, which she previously championed. Royal children should, of course, be taught manners like young diplomats, but not in the home of Cambridge, now Wales. There are no rigid lectures or requirements for a rigid posture. Rather, Kate employs the soft power strategy, which involves integrating manners into everyday activities in such a subtle way that they are essentially imperceptible. That entails giving Princess Charlotte advice right before a public gathering. "Darling, there will be a lot of cameras today. Just remember our curtsy, smile, and hold my hand." It is empowering, kind, and above all, stress-free. Kate is aware that genuine confidence stems from feeling ready and encouraged rather than from being flawless. Do you recall the Westminster Abbey Christmas Carol, the one with no signs of nervousness, where the lights glistened, choirs sang, and Princess Charlotte entered as if she owned the place? It wasn't just a cute moment, it was illuminating. Charlotte, who was just 8 years old, exuded a poise that some adults take years to develop. Without hesitation, she knew how to greet seniors, when to lower her head, and where to stand, just prepared, not robotic. She is benefiting from the training that Kate and William are providing her. More importantly, though, it comes from a place of love rather than pressure. Kate is not merely bringing up future kings and queens, she is producing people with emotional intelligence. The Princess of Wales has always advocated for mental health, and her parenting reflects this. Charlotte, George, and Louis are encouraged to openly discuss difficulties, express their emotions, and yes, give and receive lots of embraces behind the palace doors. According to reports, Kate reads parental psychology, practices emotional literacy, and maintains open communication. Her children appear authentically at ease rather than robotic in public for a reason. Instead of pressure and pretense, they are being raised with love and affirmation. Always composed and well-groomed, Kate and William epitomize royal restraint. At one point, however, the emotional floodgates opened. It occurred during a conversation with Charlotte off-camera that nobody anticipated having such a profound impact on them. The specifics are still confidential, as they should be, but according to insiders, it was a charitable act Charlotte performed for a distraught youngster at a function. Taken by surprise, William and Kate were upset, their hands clutched and their eyes full of sorrow. It served as a reminder that despite their readiness for life in the royal family, they are still parents first and foremost, deeply human and proud. Charlotte's early school years resemble a story of a queen maturing. A significant turning point in her life was her transfer from Wilcox Nursery School to Thomas's Battersea, which took place in the intense spotlight of the world. Charlotte's first day of school was more than just sharpened pencils and new pals. In contrast to most children, the entire globe was observing. The gates were under paparazzi scrutiny. However, she appeared composed, ready, and even excited when she arrived hand in hand with Kate, wearing a clean navy uniform and sporting a timid smile. That sibling bond was crucial, and she was joining her older brother George. For the Wales children, it was a fresh chapter that signaled Charlotte's entry into the outside world. Like a tale being written in real time, Charlotte's life is unfolding in front of millions of people. Every significant event, such as her first balcony wave during Trooping the Colour, her brief but sassy exchange with Louis during the Jubilee celebrations, or her appropriate posture during Queen Elizabeth II's burial, becomes a moment in time. Despite everything, she feels authentic, not a tiara-wearing mannequin, not a royal robot, just a lively little lady growing up with a sense of responsibility and autonomy. Charlotte's signature confidence. You could see Princess Charlotte's impish spark and the royal yet accessible gleam in her eyes even before the world truly knew her. She was every inch the composed, independent young woman in those iconic pictures released by Kensington Palace when she left Wilcox Nursery in 2018, tiny knapsack on, clean navy coat, pink cheeks. However, It was more than just the attire or the neatly styled hair. It was the look on her face, calm, assured, all set. It was the calm spirit that told you, I can do this. She always has a parent or parents provide the unseen scaffolding of love and reassurance behind every self-assured child. For Charlotte, Kate and William are exactly the same. Royal observers frequently observe the couple's nonverbal cues with their kids. A tender touch here, a perceptive glance there, never overbearing, constantly there. Kate is sometimes spotted leaning in just a little bit during significant events such as public engagements or her first solo entrance into school and murmuring something comforting, probably in the same manner Diana did for William. Charlotte's quiet strength is now anchored by that supportive network. Reminisce about the Wales family's sunny, less formal 2019 King's Cup sailing regatta. Charlotte, with her ponytails and stripes, leaned in the direction of the audience and smiled mischievously. Delight erupted on the internet. The problem is that despite appearing to be a goofy, unplanned moment, it showed something more significant. Charlotte's comfort with attention, her ease in front of the camera, and her charmingly autonomous nature. She isn't rigid or overly regimented. Kate and William are fostering the fact that she is herself. Experts in body language have long noted Charlotte's exceptional degree of confidence. She is frequently seen strolling ahead of her parents at public gatherings without holding on to their hands. Instead of feeling anxious, she examines crowds with mindfulness. It's subdued yet impactful, reflecting her upbringing to embrace rather than shun the limelight. From trooping the color to carol services, she has advanced in her job while maintaining the shine that makes her special. Each performance adds another level to her development. Charlotte did more than simply attend the yearly Westminster Abbey Christmas carol service. She was a shining example. Alongside her family, she participated with poise much above her years, watched the ritual closely, and welcomed clergy and visitors with grace. And it served as yet another reminder that Charlotte is more than just present. She is taking on a soft leadership position within her own family. When the cameras captured her quietly assisting Louis, adjusting his posture or gently encouraging him, despite being the middle child, Charlotte is not to be disregarded. According to sources, she frequently acts as the harmonizer at home, bringing humor, keeping things lighthearted, and bridging the gap between tiny Louis and big brother George. She is said to have a close relationship with both, frequently protecting Louis and nudging George when he becomes too serious. Charlotte's combination of humor and compassion provides balance while George feels the weight of the crown hanging over him. The family didn't even realize they needed her as an emotional pillar. An intriguing image of Charlotte's relationship with her siblings is painted by royal aides as well as the occasional casual comment from William or Kate. She encourages George but doesn't hesitate to confront him. William made a joke about Charlotte ruling the roost at home. She serves as Louis's sister and semi-mother, scolding him with that characteristic big sister tolerance, whispering reminders at occasions, and assisting him in following protocol. Because of her ability to strike a balance between kindness and authority, royal insiders are secretly wondering if Charlotte will become one of the most successful contemporary royals of her generation. William and Kate's parenting shift was inspired by Charlotte. She is a tiny force of poise, not just a princess. As the unofficial wrangler of her wayward younger brother Prince Louis, Princess Charlotte has assumed an unexpectedly delicate role in the family, earning the nickname, the Louis Whisperer, from royal observers. She is keeping a close check on more than simply Louis. Charlotte also monitors Prince George. Charlotte counterbalances George's stoic seriousness as the future king with her emotional intuition. She can sense tension, mischief, or uneasiness with a sixth sense, and she knows when to intervene. She manages not just behavior but also emotions, much like a small organizer with a big heart. A child with such an intuitive understanding of emotional intelligence at such a young age is uncommon. It feels natural with Charlotte though, genuine, a little bit astounding perhaps. She appears to the outside world to be a well-dressed royal child with perfect manners. Yet beyond the charming smiles lies a girl with a genuine presence rather than being the little sister in the background during family gatherings. Charlotte has begun to shine on her own. Charlotte, who is still very much a child at heart, is embracing royal life, from waving to photographers and shaking hands with officials with assurance. Her parents support and encourage her ballet classes, her passion for ponies, and her spirit of adventure. Right now, Charlotte is third in line for the throne. However, as the monarchy changes, so may royal titles and positions in the royal family. The spare has historically lived in the heir's shadow, not Charlotte, though. William and Kate are making it plain that their daughter's worth is independent of her position in the hierarchy. Whether or not she becomes a working royal, they are creating the foundation for a meaningful, self-sufficient, and strength-based future for her. You would expect a simple life if you were born into royalty. For Charlotte, however, it's not at all. She is being brought up by William and Kate to be fluent in both contemporary resiliency and courtly tradition. Imagine the dirt of the real world mixed with Buckingham Palace. According to rumors, Charlotte might get security awareness training, tactical driving lessons, and possibly briefings from SAS officers. Yes, the same elite troops that the UK government uses. Additionally, she is being exposed to constitutional history and international relations at a young age because she may eventually have to manage a state visit or pave her international route. Charlotte is not expected to be a full-time royal by William and Kate until she decides to live that way. They desire that she pursue a career that represents a radical change from the way things used to be, no more being automatically confined to the life of a castle. Charlotte is being brought up to have huge dreams, whether those dreams be to become a humanitarian, diplomat, global advocate, or perhaps something the monarchy has never seen before. Instead of limitations, she is being empowered with tools. At its heart, this isn't just a story about royalty. Parenting, love, balance, and the courage to defy convention in the service of emotional truth are all themes in this tale. Treehouses and tiaras divide Charlotte's universe. William and Kate, however, are managing to make things work. They are demonstrating to the world that it is possible to raise children who are not only well-mannered but also strong, perceptive, and emotionally independent, even in the most conventional of households. Princess Charlotte suddenly left her parents in tears, and the rest of the world was stunned. What do you believe caused this amazing change? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below and remember to subscribe to our channel for more royal surprises.